to clear with the Prowlers, so this is going to be very important for X10 to do.
Already, we're seeing a big setup here over towards the A site out of G2. Very likely Baby TZ might just put down
Who's the favorite here?
G2. A lot of pressure coming through from
Two
the
bullets.
Team. All eyes on Mary, I think, early on here. See what she can accomplish on this chamber for her. She used to be the baiter on the team, having to play a Sage, wait for the team to have to show up, but now full steam ahead for her and Giuliano on the Raze.
With this bait, it will just be the cat
the two bullets
Mary,
gone.
Not able to find that initial shot. Alyssa will drop her down, and maybe TZ actually going for
Oh,
more
this is a nice
picks two up
so good wall, and they had good
by the Sage wall and forced to fall away.
Yeah,
they had good Killjoy utility here as well. They shut down this very well. Still not done though. That's a big kill. Okay, big luck coming in here. How many bullets we got? Four bullets in the chamber.
No Viper wall or any setup for them when they do work into this B
Trip is still up, so they just know that they're majority in this area. Oh, they're gonna 3v5 this? Easy? Wow, they're actually gonna 3v5 into a 1v3.
Trapped in mid, and G2 has no awareness.
So the lockdown on A was great, but the mid rounding was pretty good, huh?
Mimi spots her. Alyssa will find the first
oi.
onto the headshot. She needs just one more.
You have a turret.
Already huge in this round, and now holding down, hiding behind that wall. She has the time.
Oi, that was kind of close. Nice though. Go on, Stibble.
Yeah, kick it off with a 4K out of glance. You can hear the G2 Gozen chants in the crowd.
That was a really good try. Nice from G2 to pull that back. I thought the A shutdown one was pretty good though. X10 gonna be a little bit guarded with that.
G2 feels comfortable. That core 3 has been waiting years to get back to.
That was the most important kill there. The chamber one.
Absolutely is for them. You know, we were sort of going back. You know, this team that sort of first played together, the 3-player core. It's back in 2015. We actually saw Baby TZ dropped a tweet where she watched that core of G2 play back in 2019, which is just unreal.
She was a fan back then, and now she'll have to take them down if they want to
stay what's the buy then?
In this upper bracket.
Okay, 3 Spectres, 1 Bulldog.
More akin to their,
that's not too bad, and then just bullets.
I think the biggest difference, not having that Sova.
Nice trade though. Nice trade. Viper's still here. We got Molly, so there is some delay if they want to do the delay.
Maybe a little bit slow.
Smoke.
To get the rotations on through. Lots of tools, but no wall on Mimi does make things a little bit more difficult.
There's a lot of delay, and they moved everyone here.
To spam through the Viper smokes, though I think they can play this a little bit more.
The most important thing is the kill was on the Sage, so it's very hard for them to plant now with the wall, so they have to push up into this area. With good understanding from G2 that they have to do this, right? Everyone was here.
They deal a little bit more damage, but this should just be a formality. That is, unless Alyssa can get a little bit cheeky. 1 versus 2 now. Another go. Try to.
It's good damage, no matter what happens. It's good damage done.
G2 playing this one together, both members healthy, so a difficult task, but even another kill here could put her in the right direction. Up top holds Giuliano and Alyssa.
Okay, this was nice from both teams. I liked that G2 understood what they had to do when the Sage went down. Just heavy fight over towards here. Obviously, you can't wall plant. And I think X10 did good money-wise. Right, they killed 3.
A good start to kick things off here, and of course, this is a G2 team that was so incredibly dominant in EMEA for so long, the last couple of years in Game Changers, and were finally dethroned on this map of Icebox, losing in that Game 5 up against Guild, which is a completely different story to X10, who finally got their chance to make it here.
Yeah, now here they go again on Icebox with this brand new composition.
Okay.
Giuliano will have bonus put
X10
on with that Spectre
should take this round, just gun-wise.
I don't want to enter too much into this one, as X10 will just hold passive with these compositions, with the Killjoy. You're relying on letting your opponent scale into you.
Yeah, the one concern I have with the Killjoy here and the utility being set up on this A site is there's a Raze on the opposite side. Raze not a super popular pick on this map, but so effective at just annihilating.
Let's convert to the back of the site, no one's here, and it didn't break any util, so X10 is still pretty happy with this. They wall this over, and they just have so much util in terms of here. So they're walling here and trying to force them into this util, right? Trying to force them into the alarm bot, into the molly.
Before fully committing, and the Viper wall comes down to signal the hit.
They do still have that alarm bot for contact.
G2 have some patience here. There's a nice recon enough to follow up though.
Hold G2 at bay, but they're just waiting for all of this to drop. Their final opportunity to come. Getting a spike plant, even with these pistols, would be great. And for X10, on this setup, their goal is to stay away from that retake, to deny early. Up top, alarm bot will make contact, and Alyssa, she's got the angle. 2 frags picked up, and a pretty simple cleanup on the site.
She's looking kind of crisp already.
Another one of these lurks, but very aware is Polly on the other side.
Oh, it's unlucky.
Support available there by Baby TZ. Glance will find one though. has Polly isolated, but would have to push her own Molly to take that duel, which is 35 HP, and support on the way. It's not going to happen.
Yeah,
Okay,
really
nice from
solid
X10. I
lockdown
liked how
there
they handled
out of
this. If
X10,
this is
and
how they're
again,
going to
the fact
approach
that
the A
the
site,
info
I'm liking it a
utility was
lot.
there,
I've already
the
seen 2 good
Vulnerable
stuff from them.
and the alarm as well
Like
just
the
sets
first
everything
pistol,
up
I
for
thought was good where
success on
they
that
locked
site.
down just this
Alyssa
choke point with
already
the
off to a
wall and
good
then the
start.
mollies,
lockdown
and then the
coming
second one where
online
they're
as
just
well.
trying to
You
force
can
them
notice
to go
actually a couple of
into
players
the
here
util that you see on the floor here.
just
That was
with
clean as hell as well.
next round, but in terms of how this one played out, just the absolute lockdown, the awareness that Glance is going to be that late round pivot 4G working in through mid. X10 have really done their homework and come in prepared
Dude, oh, how is
against
that
G2.
so funny?
Alyssa will
The
have
calmest
lockdown
dude
for
I've
this
ever
round, so
seen.
you can lean a little bit more to playing that retake on the A site. Use that ult to find a little bit more, but you do have lots of tools to contend with that raise in the composition.
The long
This time
clap
they will scale
meta,
up
yeah,
faster.
that was a
This is
long
big
one.
difference from their previous comp, where they are a very heavy
Again,
B team on
so
their
many good boom
when you're
bots,
playing the sort of Jet
and
as the duelist and
okay,
playing a lot of the
that maybe
info
isn't one.
around mid with the kill
There's a
death
lot of
and
boom bots that
working
clear a
the
lot of
site easier. But with this raise,
site,
it
huh?
allows you to clear back for
There's
10.
actually
You
a
can do
lot.
of things. The Fade Haunt or C's coming out as well, and already Giuliano very
Gianna's
far
done
forward here
great
as
to
well.
make space.
And Alyssa's
Can the
not
rest of her
stuck here.
team
She'll
get
be
past the
swarmed
wall?
off.
She's
Everyone
calling
from
that all
X10
of this is
in
clear, so
these
they know that they
pathfinding.
can get
Glance
past the
has
wall.
that Viper
Yeah, this is a
spear,
good
very
round by
reliable
them.
with the line, and dropping from above is Giuliano, but maybe Bay plucks her from the
Giuliana
sky.
did
3
great
versus
up
3,
until that
holds.
angel.
The wall is
The
up,
amount of
and
she's
X10
kind of
still
done
in
her
control.
job, even though she lost the angel and you'd look at it and be like, yeah, she should have won that. The fact that she made the space and made sure that they could go through the wall, that was enough from her.
Intelligent to hold time, get the rest of her team to rotate.
Do we need another boom bot? There's good ones on this map. There's not a good one for B though that I found, but it's very good for A. Mimi has to get 2. I mean, Mimi did great. Mimi did insane on this round. Okay, so this was the important one in terms of money. Mimi goes huge, gets 3. Wait, gets 2 when she needed 2, 3 altogether.
If you're X10, you invest so much time into prepping for that.
That was nice.
Killjoy
Definitely
comp.
want to,
That
even though
G2 is
Giuliano
these
got no
consistent,
kills,
faster A
she
pieces
did
with that
so
deep
good.
raise dive. It
Just
can
doing the
really
job of a
be tough
duelist,
to
right?
come
Just
back from that.
just getting through the actual choke points and getting through the wall, making space so the rest of the team knew that they could cross the wall without getting punished. So, everyone in this round did their roles great.
Made playing out the rest of that round so much simpler.
Mimi had to get 2, she did.
It doesn't look like we're going to see a big change from X10 coming into
Killjoy
this
ult.
round. Killjoy again going to be set up over towards A.
We have Rez, and then okay, we have Rez on both teams.
For X10, but they're gonna have to
Again,
find some
Chamber
way of
is hard to
dealing
push off
with
of
this
any of
raise, maybe
like
switching
this
up
angle
some
with the
placements
Prowlers.
Killjoy
Normally you
utilities
have to kind of
that's not
use
so
2.
easily cleared.
This is smart by G2, and this is both times we've seen this so far, right? Against an eco, they are going towards B. They understand that it's hard for them to get into this area. B's a little bit weaker in this comp with the Fade, so they're deciding to go over towards B on the ecos, make it look like they're hitting sites evenly, but actually all they're doing is going A on the buy rounds. This is a very common strat in terms of like this comp when you're using a Fade.
Ollie finding 2 big kills, but here come G2. Mary on the attack, getting tagged through
Can
the Viper
they
wall.
win this?
Somehow
Rez
was
had
able
to go in.
Reclaim and get back towards yellow. Not spammed easily out through that one. The Sage wall is going to come up, and that's going to block out the shock darts too. So very easy to get
util
that
just
plan
bounce off
down,
it, so.
and X10 unable to deny for now.
Chinny on the shot, but G2 just wants to fight. Petra swings forward, grabs 3, and Mary is
Nice from
there
G2,
for
good
the
recovery.
last.
It got a little
Of
bit
G2 needing to put onus on
ropey at
themselves
some
with their
points
sword
there.
duels.
This is a
Let's see if
very
G2 are going
different
to keep it
looking
simple,
G2 than the
right?
way they have played their
Every
response
eco so
previously.
far,
We talked about
2
the
ecos over
compositional
towards it
difference
every single
just in
round,
terms of
otherwise
previously how
buy
they
rounds have gone
really
over
slow
towards
work
A,
played.
so
You'd see a lot
they get the
more of
full
these
5v
mid-round
buy
rotations
now,
off
and I
of
imagine
what
they're just going to
Mimi's
go
able
A
to
again,
accomplish
and it's
in
just
mid. Instead, this
it's just a
G2 with the
simple
raises just
variation of
much more about
calling,
those
but it's like
full-on
really,
executes.
really
It's been
effective.
effective here so
I
far,
wonder
but
if
they've got a lot
this
of
timeout,
tools
if the
on the
coaches
opposite
realize
side for X10
this.
to deal with.
X10 now will be calling that tactical timeout, getting OB into the mix.
2 ults
This
to
is
win
a
the
team
eco,
that has been
it's
around
still
for a
fine as
while
well, because
in
you
APAC,
still...
but they've always been
The
second.
problem
They've been
with
finally
not
making
using the
their way
ult in this
to
round
one
is say that
qualified
they
international
lock down
round,
B
but
on an
for the
eco,
majority of their
right? If
squad,
they lock down
they've
B on an
gained
eco, then
experience
the
still.
whole
They
plan
have
of
to
hitting
remember
A on
you're
buy
in
rounds
these
and hitting
situations
B on
many
eco
of
rounds
the time,
falls.
and Ginny and
Like,
Vicky
it becomes
for
super
IGL,
obvious. Like,
she's who I'm looking
we
towards.
can win on B when we just have sheriffs, then you know that you just have to go heavy at A. So I think it's so fine to keep up the kind of image that you're hitting both sites equally when actually you're only hitting A on buys.
for them as well.
So yeah,
Really
this is
making
an important
even
timeout.
more as she goes.
I hope that the X10 coach is at least taking down notes in terms of where they're hitting on what sites, and then we can kind of see even an adjustment or just like a heavier lean over towards A.
This team. Now he's leading a new X10, this X10 roster of Sapphire into the mix. So we'll have to see if those words can turn anything around.
And let's see if it's still true that they are going to do that as well.
And in terms of X10 coming into this round, right, you have the Viper's pit up, you have the Killjoy ult there as well. The setup for them has just been Viper Chamber,
Vineyard, what's up,
the
dude?
other three around A with a relatively soft mid presence. They're not really tempting that too much. So I was maybe expecting to see the
Juliana has Ray's ult,
A
so
in a round like this,
maybe
but
we
instead
see
it
something
will just
fast.
be on B, maybe a reactive ult there if you hear some stuff around that. But Giuliano instantly
Okay, so
on
uses
top
double
to
satchel.
maybe
Uses one
counteract an
satchel to
early
get up
Viper's
to here, and another
One
satchel
of
to
his
cleanly
players
get up
just
to
below
here.
her.
So I like that. It's a safe way
Just
of
have that
doing it, even though you
awareness,
use
and
both
sometimes I can
satchels.
break that trademark there,
Nice
but
change up
he's
from
able to keep
G2.
it
Are
down.
they
Now
going to
Mary's
expect this
pushed so
luck? Dude,
deep,
Mary
and she
thought
thought
she
she'd
had the
finish
kill.
that food.
She actually thought
Mimi
she
is
had the
still
kill. She
alive.
stopped
She'll
shooting.
find that trade back, and now G2 in dire straits. They've lost all their control of mid with Ginny redroning.
Yeah, it's crazy because it seemed like G2 had the read in the timeout of, hey, they're not really playing mid too aggressively. Mary had that huge walk up all the way into pallet, but the X10 front line there just locking it down, and now they...
What is the
G2
timing
make
like?
this call. We work into B because we
Really
have
good,
the
nice
Vipers,
long.
wall to
Good
play off
pressure
of, and
here.
Glance finds that
Good
open
timing
kill.
to go
That's
through when all
unreal
of this was
to
going on.
start this attack off for G2.
She'll push deeper as well through her own orb, trying to take a duel here. Polly is down to low HP. That
So
spike
the
is now
original
turning
plan
into
was to
practice
go
on
over towards
an
A,
island
but because
at
of
the
these
forward
deaths, they
wall,
had to
so
go
G2
over towards
can
B. So
stay on the
still
site for
still
this
kind
one.
of fine.
That's the whole
I
idea,
like
right?
the
We're
change
down
up from
in numbers,
G2
so we
though. I
don't
thought
wanna
this
play
was
that
good.
sort of,
This
shooting
isn't done
gallery
yet
from
though.
back
They used the
now. It
ult into
all
here.
comes down to Glance,
This
first point of contact
might be
for G2, but
spammable,
still chances
but
to trade with Mimi lining up and now
they have to
calling
fall
Glance
back.
out as the lockdown comes in.
They're forced to concede that space, and
Okay,
Baby
Mimi
TC,
has
a
to go
well-timed
huge again.
swing onto Petra. Two less standing. Mimi and Glance, they have the time on their side. A Sage Wall is up, attack
And
on
broke
spike,
the
but
wall.
no one holding Alyssa. She's gonna try and stick this one down. The swing is there, but she's gotten it half. It's only Glance, but she's found three.
Holy
trying to
hell.
find something more,
I was
but Mimi
unlucky. Mimi
just
did
cannot
so
do it.
well here.
The 3K
That was so
enough,
unlucky.
and
Nice
it's
try from
Alyssa
her.
to
This dude's
find
looking really good.
that round win out for the team. Coming
The
down
kill
wire
on the stage and then
that
breaking the
secures
wall,
up for
like
the
that was
squad
everything.
as
She didn't break the
well.
wall there, it
Except
gets
only had
reinforced,
to
it's
get
harder
the
to spam,
lockdown
you
off
can't
that.
win,
Alyssa gets
don't even have a
3
chance of
kills
winning the
that
round.
round, or
But
2
to do
kills,
that was
and
really
the
good.
end of the
Nice shots from
fuse,
her as
that
well.
one already halfway to
Bok,
returning.
what's
What a
up?
round from X10.
When you remember that your Amazon Prime sub is available, thank you so much with the Prime. Bok, appreciate it. Try to get some Boomer Slugs in. Support the fellow Boomers. Hope you're doing well, dude.
Muffin, a player who has been really dominant for X10 region.
Thank you for using your Prime. Okay, and back to the A take. Bye V bye. Again, wanting to go A. So G2 calling.
On G2's side here.
It's simple but
G2
effective. I
not
do think
concerned about
X10
that B
again,
site anymore.
this area
Glance
against a
is
Fade is
working.
really good.
That
I think
mid
both
lurk,
these teams
so
are just
things get a little
doing
bit
good
dicey
stuff.
for G2,
Right,
returning to some of the trends
I'm liking what
we've
I'm
seen
seeing
them
from both
previously.
teams.
Already walking
It's
all
the
the
right
way
thing
down too, but
majority
no
of the
one's
time. It's really
actually
good.
paid attention just yet, so Glance breaking this
The
is gonna cause some
Viper
chaos in the
on
minds
G2
of
is
X10.
making
There's
so
too many
much
players have
space.
pushed into B main, but realistically, G2 could
Creates
be
a
almost
lot of pressure
anywhere,
here.
pushed back on towards
Do
the
we
back
have a
of the site
reaction,
or
or are we
towards
just fine
X
holding
X's
this?
spawn.
This is
Really like
interesting.
this call from X10. Instead of re-rotating to
They
clear
literally
towards
just
the
hold
towards
one
their
person here.
spawn,
They're not
have a
super
player hold
worried.
their flank and go for a
Similar
double
thing
flank.
with
G2
this
doesn't go
part
fast,
of
there'll be two
A
players
site
in
being
that
heavily
I
stacked,
think they may
and I
be
wonder
able
if you
to
see,
spawn
okay, a
spikes
wall's
here.
already
You
up,
can see
so
Polly
same
pushing all
thing
the
where
way to
wall
Raw.
goes up and you're
If the
trying to
spike
make
was on
them
the
go
left
over
side
towards
of
here.
the cans, they would see that and
Giant
could
ad,
easily
what's up, dude?
play
Thanks
back
so
and
much.
guard that.
Okay,
Polly
push
gets the
over
kill.
towards
That
B.
is
That's the
massive.
go signal here.
Flies into the
Nice
back
ult,
lines,
Juliana
gets
again
that
making
opening
good
flag, and
space.
wants a little bit more, but Baby TZ locks her down.
And the objective has been lost. There's no
Maybe
sight
some
of
of her
it for
jewels,
G2. They've
I feel
gone
like she
too
should be
fast on
winning.
this execute, and now they have to work all the way back through their spawn, but they're making it happen. Glance and Mary, both for one.
Problem
It
is the
comes down to
spikes
this
here.
pinch, and there's a Viper's
Oh,
pit for
no.
Polly. She'll pop it
Dude,
straight
when
onto
the
the
kill
spike.
happened as
An
well, the
operator
spike went
holding on that
over
other
there.
angle,
So the
and
kill
only
happened,
20
the
seconds
spike
for
bounced
G2.
on
This
top
is
of
a
this,
catastrophe.
over to this
They
area.
went down.
They had
to
ult for
sprint
it
into but
perfectly,
there's an
so
operator outside
although
the
the
lane.
reaction
How are
was
you
good
gonna
from
respect
G2,
that?
it just so happened that the
Muffin
pass I'm
and
watching
Polly
behind
gets
was the
a double
spikes. This
flank
is a
option,
little bit
spot the
brutal.
spike, and
Rat and Kane,
exploit
thanks
the
so
round
much as
for
well.
two.
And that is the identity of this composition. G2 is
The
aware
spike was
that
there
they
the
need
entire
to
time, or
have
was
that
it just
very
the
same
kill?
style on their defense.
I'm not sure. I'd have to watch it back. But yeah, either way, that was a little bit brutal. Let's find out. Okay, yeah, so Spike was there the whole time. They go to retrieve it. Good decision to push. Do you know what might have actually happened here as well? Is I reckon if they didn't break the trip here, they don't go for this push. It was more like a reaction because these guys were very static over towards A. So breaking the trip actually kind of lost them the round. round there, but obviously it's like a... That's not actually what happened, but you get what I'm saying, right? The reaction came, the push came in because of that reaction.
Muffin needs to survive back.
Okay,
she's the only
you gotta get two somehow.
This site, she'll find one. No, say teleport to get out,
Okay,
but does
well,
it
that's...
matter? Muffin has found a second. They're walling out in the open. G2 trying to pinch onto her, and
That's an op to pick up as well. Keep an eye on the Sage.
Really strange wall from me.
Okay, Sage just got hit by the trip and now goes all the way back, so the constant pressure is here though, so that's good. Res goes in. Okay, they should be on for this. This is a nice eco.
This round, no flank for X10, but they do have the res. However, none of those players available, and G2 is holding these lines so deep. Giuliano, she's received a gift, and she is making use of it. One shot connecting the slow orb down. And Baby TZ just has to swing into this line, and somehow she'll still get the kill.
It's still just two sheriffs.
And there's
but are they gonna break it?
Need to spam it so quickly. Baby TZ will get this to happen.
Holy hell, this is close.
The Wally's still up. Glance needs to stop the shield jiggle. In and out, knows the time is on her side. But
damn,
Jenny,
nicely played. So calm from them. Those are really good rounds. Go for the split B on this.
Oh my God,
they really, the amount of times where it could be a completely different round if they don't break the little segment of the wall, they're doing great. Again, Giuliano is just making space every round. The raise is like really paying off for them at the moment.
You can see the frustration on X10 in the clutch. They knew they could have had that.
And not only is that a round loss, they're back down to the eco here. Muffin does have that tour de force. She was the only one who made that round.
Instant boom bot. I've not really seen that boom bot. I don't know. I would have to... Is there a way you could get like that? I don't know. You have a good amount of info. X10 now on the eco. As we can see, they can buy next. They do have a res and they do have Chamber. So Chamber has the ult been playing over towards B, so I imagine G2 will just be staying away from it. Again, similar thing where we're just going to have the breaking of the trip and then maybe we have a reaction as well.
Watch me in kitchen. I can break that, and again, the chaos, the uncertainty for X10 now weighing on them.
That's a huge kill.
Just finds a kill in A. I mean, you can rely on a player like that. That is impressive.
And Mary wants to go hunting for more. The youngest player in this tournament put on a role that enables her, and they're putting on
dude, G2 look good.
Muffin is still alive though. How's that all? Maybe she can get something here in the 1v4.
All right, the coping's coming in strong here. This is a good-looking G2. And yeah, that operator can do a lot of things, but not when Giuliano is on the hunt. Look at her, ready and wait. She can hear the footsteps of Muffin.
Yeah, Viper's doing work. The Viper kind of lurking over towards middle, and like this has never got punished, right? Going in tube and breaking this has never been punished, apart from maybe the push here, which was more of a reaction instead of a punish. But
showing it here, X10 back on the bye, but the loss of that Thrifty, he's going to have big
in terms of Glance and Giuliano. Like the actual space made from both of them is strong. Okay, now they changed it up a bit. No more chamber trip, but actually a bit of a punish, right? Turret spots, and then the molly goes off. So slight punish. It's not a hard punish. You're only going to take some damage, but it at least makes. Dude, it's so good from G2 at the moment. It makes G2. It makes X10's A little bit weaker, and they push over towards here. But it's a good change up from X10. So we have this, we have Killjoy watching middle, and now the Viper moves over towards here.
They're just heading straight for an A hit here. We'll have to see if the changes for X10 are enough to hold this site.
Well, that's the thing, is it's just
we got the smoke up here, so it's still a similar thing where they're going to try and wall and push them over to here, but instead of the mollies and everything being where this X is drawn, you now have the smoke.
She could be in trouble here. Or to get out, but up top is Mary taken down.
Nice trade.
For the trade on a spam.
That was a good trade. It was a really good tether to hold her in spot so that they could get this trade. Good damage as well. Again, creating the question mark here. This is good. Res comes in. Is there a punish this?
Ginny is playing much more over towards screens. Baby TZ is able to find one and get that res off. So a big swing, and also Viper utility still up on it. It's going to be hard for G2 to scale.
Another layer to this lurk. Glance keeps pressuring in mid. Ginny actually walking all the way around. There could be backstabs on backstabs in that area of the map, but it's relying on X10 living in the backlines of this site, because Glance could beat the timing. If she wins against Alyssa, she has this site cracked open. It's alone.
Dude, G2 look really good. This Viper is just everywhere.
A dart will go in. Does it spot her? Not quite. Needs this kill now and we'll be able to grab it now. Just Petra in close and Ginny.
Okay, nice from X10.
The veteran claims the round.
Chat, this has been a
for
really
X10.
good game so
What a
far.
hero play
Hey,
coming through from
everything's been
Ginny
really
to wrap it up.
like. There's so
And
much
not
good
just
stuff
that,
that's
like,
happening. It's
respect
really
to
nice.
Ginny for winning that 1 versus 2 right there before.
My only
Muffin was gonna get
criticism
there.
will be
But
maybe some of
the
the shots
call
aren't
rate of
like
3
as
rounds
clean.
left in the
Maybe a
half,
little bit of
same
nerves
thing
in
every
terms of
single round.
fast
Not just the
game
decision
again,
with
but
Killjoy turret in
the
kitchen,
overall
but
like
also Ginny comes around.
the
So once
overall
that's
reactions from
broken,
everyone, the
instantly have a
change-ups
drone
and
following up.
just
That's
how they've
Ginny
approached
herself
the the
making
beginning
that
of this
happen,
is
being very aware of the
really good.
middle lurk, and yes, it does fall apart as the G2 players just so good. Sometimes you're gonna win out in those fights, but I love the extra layers, the switch up coming through on the fly with so little time left in the half.
Yeah, it was a really good retake.
Huge
They
round for
just
them,
didn't
and
think
that
they were
is
going to
even
push
despite
fast
Petra's
into this
heroics,
area
almost
through
single-handedly
screens.
making that round happen. For X10 now, looks like there will be another bit of a pause coming through.
So what is this, G2 pause? Yeah, okay.
This G2, okay, look, they did the same thing for 9 rounds. All of a sudden, they've switched up the setup.
The
Let's
double
come
bounce, dude.
with a
I'm
different
a
plan.
big fan
Even
of
though, like,
Sova
I
double
think G2
bounces.
did react
I
pretty
think
well
double
with
bounces
it,
aren't
right? You still have
utilized
plans
enough.
breaking
Like, cause
instead
you
of
always
just
think
fires
it's gonna
and
go.
trade
You always think
in
it's,
kitchen,
and like,
but
I'm not
knowing,
just
hey,
saying in
G's
this
playing
example. I'm
for
saying for a lot.
if you
Even like
actually just
XX,
execute
the
on
amount
the
of
base
time
a
that,
little bit
even if
quicker,
it's just like
right?
a,
Killjoy
just like
previously
a,
had been really anchored
say it's just like
down
an
on the
exec
A site. Now, she actually has to
recon.
play
Everyone has to
paladin
like
or
watch
stay
it
in
go through
range
the
of
sky, and
turret,
then you
or
expect
that's
it to
gonna
go here.
offline and you
But
lose
then
that protection.
if it starts doing
You
like
almost
stuff like
know
this,
the
where it's
location
just bouncing
of the
again,
Killjoy
just takes like an
because
extra
of
like
the
2-3
range
seconds of
limitations
you
of the
just
utility.
watching it
That's
just to
something
see
you
when the
don't
bounces
have to
stop.
really
So
consider
it's a good
when
amount of
changes
time where
like
someone's
this.
focusing
Yeah, I
on
think
a
the kind of
on a
compositional choices
Sova
on this
recon
map
instead
kind
of
come
actually
down
just
to
focusing on a
what
choke
you're
point.
able to
So I
access
do
with
think
your
that double
composition.
bounce
Here
Sova
without the Sova, it makes it
recons are a
very hard
little
to
bit
access those just
unutilized.
straight up B main hits, which means
But yeah, this was
G2
like a
can
little
consistently
adjustment.
force
This was
these
more
main
like
hits
on a
with the mid splits and lurks, which X10
just an
seems to have a
instant
good read
thing.
on.
Seems like another mid split here.
I'm a fan of how they're
G2
using
working on top
the
of
raise
two,
here.
but
Like a lot of
you have
people
to
will
keep
try
in
and
mind,
satchel up
lockdown
like
is ready
this
for Alyssa,
from
so
the floor
executing onto the B side,
and just try and
those
save
guys
just
get a
one
little bit
satchel. But this
tricky
is,
when
although
that
you use 2
lockdown comes
satchels, it's
into
just a
play.
lot
Ginny
cleaner going
forced
from here.
perhaps to use the early drone, but nah, she wants to take the fight first.
As the information, a tag there is
Sova
big.
5 bounces,
Very
you're
much
just
like
watching
you
a
can see
recon the
this
whole
space,
round.
a risk sticking around in the danger area. Alyssa on the
I would
recon,
very
right?
much
She's
like,
out in the open unless she can
I
teleport out
would
of this
be
one.
in,
And X10 is trying
let's
to
wait.
counter, but there's a timing here. Mary's
Holy
made it,
hell,
but
that
it's not
time was
quite.
crazy.
Ginny on the turn.
Like
Giuliano on
new
the plate.
agent wise,
Two on
I'd be
top
up
of
for
two.
an
And now this
agent,
is
it's
gonna
like a
be
lineup
split.
agent again.
Pressure is with Muffin. She's been
Similar to
before
Fade,
this time.
but
A 2K to keep
maybe
her team
more
in the round, but G2 can't.
Sova
Yeah,
lineup
they're just
based.
gonna run away. I think Muffin had already used the teleport. 15 seconds on that cooldown was low, but nah, they don't even want to deal with that operator at all.
With Alyssa dead, mid pressure here is huge for X10.
It absolutely is. No.
You missed
really
lineups?
so
Yeah, I was
far
really
that
hoping
one out, but
I was really
G2
hoping
aren't trying
Harbor
to
would be
activate
a
a
little
lurk or
bit
anything
more
that.
like
Instead, just instantly bursting
Viper
out
in terms
on
of
this A
2
site. The
abilities
ability
to
is
line up.
come in. Mimi has that
And like
ult
it
ready
does
to
have a
go. On the
lineup
zip line, you can't kill baby
ability,
TC,
but it's
they're
just
able to find that kill behind the box regardless.
just a
Polly will be cleared on through. G2
underwhelming
very
agent.
diligent working into the A site.
Has to be Ginny again.
So I think Harbor is any good? No, I mean Harbor's by far the worst agent we've ever seen in this game.
Not gonna convert, hard pressed to commit to this retake. That operator in the hands of Muffin, an early kill is really needed to activate this.
I just don't know if it can actually happen here. Not a ton of credits. 250, 300 on Muffin. Yeah, you don't want to commit the ultimate here for Ginny.
This is nice from G2.
So X10 gonna back on out of that one. Live to fight another day. They're going to be using these last few
They're
seconds
finding
to
holes
figure
in
out what can we do
the
this final
defense a lot.
round.
They pulled the rotations off as well. A is working very well for them.
And this game has been a lot about Giuliano and what she does. She's one of the few IGLs who plays
Chat
on
reckons
that
there's
side
some
role.
source.
And
Dude,
in
I'm
this race
so
competition, it's
so
very much
fine
changed
to
the
be
style with
proven
her
wrong
from the
in
front.
terms of
So
Harbor,
often with these early pushes
but
and
it's
commits.
just
Yeah,
like
she had previously been a jet
I think
player
Harbor
on
can
this
work,
map, so
but I
had
think
some
that
of those
any
abilities, but I think
coach that loses to a
especially when
Harbor
they're
and doesn't
doing
know
those
how to
nades,
play against
right?
it, I think it's
Basically
embarrassing.
the paint
I'll be
shells,
honest.
the double
It's
sats
so
going on the side,
one-dimensional.
Sometimes leaving her team a little bit in the dust. Petra got involved a little bit on this one too. You got to credit there, but I think Giuliano really has been
Like,
the
oh,
main
it's really good
switch
at retakes.
for
Yeah,
G2 in
that's
terms of their
fine, bro.
actual side executes.
It definitely has been. Last round
Bonkashi,
of the half now. Some
thank you so much,
massive
dude.
ultimates
Appreciate it.
online for X10. That
6
Viper's
months
pit
since Stock
Polly.
Club.
I want to put this one early
Whoa,
towards
whoa,
A. She's
whoa.
buying Shorty as the secondary there.
X10 have nothing in kitchen, by the way. Instead, maybe Muffin is going to try to push down tube. That could be an idea. Just fight your way out because you have the Vipers.
Okay, let's see how this last round's going to go. We do have some lower guns, but they have a lot of ults. One ult goes out right now. This was a nice way.
Never played here before, but Mary is ready.
Dude, they were ready for this one. They kept an eye on the
Gonna try and reclaim the space off of the wall. Baby TZ makes it across off of that. But
This is
G2
weird.
is fine to stay slow now.
Snowy
Their
Val, thank you
player
so much.
advantage.
And now, because you
Dude,
burned
G2
that
have just
wall
done
mid, right, you
done
have
really
no
good and just
information in kitchen, so you feel like maybe
I don't
you
know.
have
The
to run that
overall
up. You don't have that as an option when you're
the overall
retaking
play from
a
G2
side,
and
right,
how
to
they've
throw
approached
that
this
up,
is
try to
good. They're
get at
keeping
least a
good
half stake,
eye
maybe
on
a couple
ults,
kills,
money. I like
whatnot
their game
along the
plan of
way,
hitting A at the
use sort
beginning
of
in terms
utility, and
of
it means that their
buys
B
and
hold
then
is
ecos,
very,
and
very
then
soft at the moment.
I just
Baby
think the
TZ,
Viper's done
the only
incredible
player here to
work
do
majority of the
anything.
And it's
rounds.
a good awareness of the setup of X10. This chamber trademark, when you're putting that turret in mid, is almost always here. And with the chamber dead, that opens up lots of opportunities towards B.
What is this though? Giuliano is the new mid lurk for G2.
Yeah, they're
No
changing
cells,
up the
I think. They
lurker
just decided, hey,
all
we
the
don't need
time.
satchels to get in there, so we're gonna use her as that thorn in the side of X10. Giuliano killing her opposite IGL. Just
What a
break open
strong
traps
half
too.
from
And G2 has been
G2.
loving this deep wall. With that lurk
The pistol turned out to be massive in this one.
And Mary is posted on the line. Another shot connected with that operator. Alyssa, the last standing. X10 is locked out of this one. A showstopper on top of it all.
Hey, this
Mimi
is impressive.
will close things out. A Prime Gaming flawless to end.
Oh yeah, so good.
Let's see if
Out of
X10 can win a
G2,
pistol,
just
and
pivoting
then
so
it's
quickly, the mid lurk from Giuliano. But credit throughout this half to glance.
it's doable.
stepping
This
in,
was a
that mid
great
lurk
half
role
though.
for the
Honestly,
team.
I was
A
well
big
impressed with a
switch
lot of
for
this.
G2 that looked oh so good.
Yeah, a lot of pivots have been made for this team heading in.
G2 C9, yeah, I was literally thinking that then. I was like, do I want to talk about G2 playing C9? Because I'm kind of excited for it, but then I was like, it's a bit too early. I would rather, I would wait a little bit. Maybe wait until at least the pistol rounds happened. I don't want to curse anyone.
Very much, Mimi and Ender 8-4. What a recovery there from G2 towards the end. And Kakuka, do you feel like they've answered those questions when it comes to
Aren't
redemption, why they
G2,
chose
sorry,
this map, and what are you
aren't
thinking right
guild
now,
better than
of G2's
G2?
performance?
Do you know what the G2 guild reminds me of? I hope you guys understand this comparison. You know when, you know, because like G2 have always come out on top against guild, apart from this one time. It reminded me a lot of like when Xset came first for, was it Iceland? And Optic came second. It was like a long time coming. I think they were just happy that they qualified for the LAN.
And the response of the rest of the team is being in places where they're not used to be.
Was it Copenhagen? Yeah, sorry, I think it's Copenhagen. It reminds me a lot of that, where I do think, and like I'm so fine to be proven wrong again, I do think that G2 is a better team.
Yeah, I think that was.
But it just
cool.
kind of reminded me a little
reacted
bit of
in a
that.
way, then G2 kind of had to do something, and it really felt kind of scrambled, kind of like what you said, that they kind of reacted in a way that didn't play to their favor.
Well, let's talk about one
Pop
of the big
T,
things.
what's up?
It is Mary. They've
Thank you
opted
so
to
much.
bring
Chat,
in
let's get a
Chamber
lot
instead
of
the Killjoy. Of
any
course,
emotes. All
Mimi
of these
is an
emotes
incredible
pretty much have
Killjoy
been
player.
done by
Dina,
Pop
what are
T,
you
so spam
expecting
any
from
emotes that
Mary?
you
What
want.
would
Thanks
like
so
to
much,
see
Pop
from
T.
this defense
Yeah,
chamber?
I mean, the change from Mimi off of Killjoy, Mimi playing
3
Killjoy
months
is,
in the
like,
Slug
super
Club, appreciate you.
defensive, and especially on Icebox, you need that kind of staple sentinel on that site to be
Yeah,
able to
everyone
hold
did
down.
their roles in
So for
G2
Mary
really well,
to be
huh?
able to play chamber and to kind of do
A
the
lot of
same
space
job
was
or even
made.
better,
Mimi got a
she
lot
has
of
to
important
start
kills.
definitely opping more. Like that on the attack side, we didn't see that much of her op, but she also has to start taking those lines and kind of playing in a little more aggressive angles and being able to control and take the space that kind of seems like that they weren't 100% doing. So I think for Mary to kind of step it up and kind of show the confidence that she has been showing us in game and out of game, if she's able to take the lines, hold the space, hold the angles, then as a chamber, she should technically be able to do her job.
Yeah, completely. But we just saw her on camera. She's actually pretty nervous, and I think it's because things are not going according to plan. On the previous game, we were talking about how for C9.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good. It's going to be a lot of questions gets answered this
Well,
LAN.
it's
So
gonna be a very important pistol
this
round
LAN.
coming up as we pitch this back into the game with Ender and Mimi.
Thanks very much, Sue. Yeah, 8-4 at the half here. G2 now a pivotal pistol round to close this one out.
Definitely is going to be for them. And
What do I think of EU this year? Dude, I'm happy with. I'm happy with the EMEA teams that managed to come out of this. I think there's a lot of strong teams.
On TL, 2 players on top yellow. When was the last time you saw that?
Like, next year's gonna be crazy. Okay, let's get into this. X10 need a pistol. They go over towards B. Sova, we're going to see a drone come up. This comp's a lot better going here.
Omen on this one, back when people thought Viper was completely troll, but is Baby TZ actually going to take first contact here on the stage? Getting
That's an
poked
actual
instantly.
dink through the wall.
Baby TZ's got a wall. You don't want to lose that. This is like the most important
Holy
piece
hell,
of
yeah,
utility when trying to execute over towards B,
the
so
Sage
that one's gonna
jump
sting.
peeking is
Yeah,
madness.
Medesa's
I know that
talking about
most
Mary's
likely they're not going to
confidence.
hit
This
this
may
shot,
be her
but like,
first real chamber game in an official
they
with
did.
G2, but she's
And
looking
it
pretty
didn't
solid
cause
here.
a death, but
Already
it's
a
so
dink,
crazy
she'll
to
stick
do that.
by for a little bit longer, and the second player will fall
That was
off
a
too.
crazy
but now
shot.
they have so much utility to stall this out. This is the value of the raise.
Orb goes over
Does
towards
just instantly come down
the
here.
Sage
I
as
was
well.
wondering, are they actually
Stacking
gonna execute
early
in? You can see the
and
kills
potential
when Molly
plant.
comes,
Okay,
try and
create a
clear
good
back
question
yellow
mark here.
as well. That's one of the hardest things
The
to do
recon
here
went
when playing
out,
a no
so
duel
they cleared
stop
back a
here.
yellow.
The
So
Fab is actually
big
getting the
question mark
space to
here,
fight back.
because we can
Yellow's
see put
using
3
utility.
people here. This is
Does
really nice
cost
from
you some
X10.
in terms of post-plant, but
Does this come in
make that
early?
move in
Nice
easier, but
timing of the
they're
smoke.
bailing out of B
Did
entirely.
they see a
It's
leg
interesting as well. This
before
is
the
one of few
smoke went
maps
up?
Where you oftentimes do see that phase the
I
phase
think they
rays
did. I
separated
think
out
the
from
smoke
each
went
other.
up a little
Playing
bit
more
too late,
individual
and they
setups
saw a
like
leg. I think the
well
Viper
from
saw a
G2
leg.
Fantastic
It's
wall.
so
Yeah,
well
yeah,
timed.
definitely. With
40
this wall
seconds
and
for
stuff,
that to
okay, they
decay. They'll
saw it.
have to break it or
So,
all funnel
although I
through
like the
for them.
round,
There's a
there was
Molly
really
to
good
go down
information
as
that
well.
got
There's so much
seen here
stall
from
from
Glance.
Shell too from
and they have to
Juliano.
push
Ah,
straight
this is
through.
so
This a
hard.
death
You
threat.
gotta
10
break a bit of this
seconds
wall.
left for X10. They have a wall of their own, but can they get past Mimi? Not yet. 10 on the clock. The plant not down, and Ginny dead to
Cucumber,
Royce. 9 to
thank you
4
so much.
as G2 take their pistol.
Appreciate
G2
it.
just
Cucumber,
read them
caviar.
like a book right
5
there.
months in
Got the
slug hub.
players
Thank
over
you,
towards
dude.
that A site and a
So,
perfect wall. No
this
chance
was a
for
great
that one
round,
to go
right?
down.
This was a
Just
great
like
round by
the
X10.
rifle
They
Sexton,
went
it's
here,
a
they
little
created a lot
easier
of
'cause
pressure,
you
created a
bust
question
down
mark
quickly,
here.
but
There was
you
just
have to go for the
one
reload
small
on 3
timing,
players
and
and
again, this
try
was
and break
really
that
good from
one.
Glance
Even if the kills hadn't
on
come through,
G2.
the
The
util was
Viper
going
again,
to be there.
just
G2
got to
carve
this
up
angle. I'll
X10.
draw it when the
Now
minimap
up to
comes in.
9.
Just got to this angle and just saw
And X10
just
going
saw the legs
for
before
a
the
lead
smoke came up.
towards A here on
Right,
their
just
eco.
instantly
There are other
knew
teams
that
that
they
play
might have been
Piltover
going back.
actually
Saw
often have
legs just
favorites
before
this
this
side, and
smoke
pretty
came
uncommon
up.
with this comp.
Yeah,
Warned the guys over
it's
towards
one of
A.
those things where if you're
Wall
able
went
to
up early, so it was
work in towards
reinforced.
that
So
B
it
site,
takes
it's maybe a
loads of
little bit
pistol
easier
shots
to
to
take, but
break
when
it
you have
down.
to
It was
take A,
really good.
it's really hard to get
So
past
again,
this
dude,
fight ball. You don't have a
Glance
fast
has
lane
just
to
made
push
this
one
so.
past it. Not the
This
flash
whole
necessarily
map
mandatory
has
on this
looked
map, but can help
really
when getting past this fight ball.
convincing,
And
and
that initial
a
setup is
majority
pretty cool for
majority
G2,
of it
but
is
Glance,
Glance who
Glance
also
might
gets
take
3
it close.
kills.
Well,
Gonna have
3
this.
kills for
Yeah,
them.
Glance
Have a
is
ult
having
up pretty
a
early.
very nice time of things. G2 fans in the crowd have to be happy off of that one, and Glance finds 3 kills, against the
One
the
away.
Pistols right
Could
there, but
could
all
be
game
tempted to
long,
get the
it's
orb on A here.
17 and 8 has been looking real good,
Or
especially
they
when
could
that
go
attack is
aggro and do
G2
the
is
wall.
one of those teams,
Let's see.
well,
Let's see.
have
Let's
the
see if they
stars,
want to
have
either
Juliana, they have Mary.
save
It does not
the
always
ult for the
matter if
big
they're
buy
having
round
the
that will
right
be
game,
next,
because the
and just
supportive
take
line
this
is
as a full
pretty
bonus, which I imagine is going to
Juliana's
happen.
just chilling. Honestly,
Or
last
you could
round
try and
with her-
snowball, but
or
when it's
pistol round,
10-4,
rather, her
I
boosted
think
on
you're so
yellow
fine to
with
just
Mary. Her job was
play
just
this
to break
super
the Sova drone so that you
big
wouldn't
bonus.
actually spot
Don't use
Mary.
much
Mary fought the
much
players
into
that
it and
came
just
through
have a
back,
big
back
buy
B
next
main,
round.
but it's so interesting
ults.
seeing how Mary has taken so much more of a
Dude, look at
forefront for
this.
this team when
Double
previously
satchel
she
came in
fought
from
on
here.
Sage.
Wow, that's
And
so
look at that
nice.
aggression.
So
G2
they
just
used the
full
wall
sending
to
it into
boost up,
one.
so there's
Mary's
2
getting a
people
shot.
here, and then
But
double
they're
satchel
hitting her
where
now.
this is
X10
after on the
pinched.
1.
They're trapped towards
Dude,
her.
that was
They're
a really
forced to
nice
commit to the
pinch if
site.
they don't go
and
fast here.
Mary's able to get the one in B main as well. Like, there's nowhere to go. Petra is stuck
There's a
under
gap in the
bottom side
wall.
here too. You're never ready for her to be swinging you on this position. Mary is revealed, and Polly's able to clear here, but there's the stinger in the back. Petra finds one, and it's all chaos here. How do you even plant a spike?
G2 make the raise
G2
look
have a
good.
double flank. They're making their way back around, and they've dropped into spawn 2. Juliana for 1, and Polly down. No heroics for her this time. A 10th round for G2.
Hold on. Giuliano pushed A main, right? She was one of the players that was sprinting up belt.
Yeah.
And then she's swinging you Snowman too and killing you there. She's just sprinting around the map. An absolute marathon runner here for G2.
The Juliana World Tour. Berlin.
No, I
first
think
up, let's see
X10
where
looked
she's
pretty
stopping
good,
next.
to be honest.
Oh yeah.
I
And
just
that's
think
actually-
that
that's actually the
G2
thing,
look
right?
really good.
G2
At
sort
least
of
this
used
map,
to have a
I'm
little bit of
super
that home,
impressed.
field
Everything's been
advantage
great.
and
This
have
push
to
was
really
really
fly
nice.
in here necessarily. Maybe Mary Had to.
I think she was boot camping before.
She
chilling
was
out in
boot
Berlin
camping
for a bit,
before, that's
yeah.
true. She was talking to us and said that, yeah, she's been with the team a whole lot of times, so not necessarily new for her, but a stage like this definitely is.
They've got the spray paint on the sidewalk.
It is
but for
Ocean,
those
bro.
who
See you in a
are
bit,
not
man.
at the
See
you in a
LEC
bit.
studio here, there is an entire line from the S-Bahn station all the way to the studio with spray paint saying this is Gozen's home.
Yeah, it's like the
Wonder if
line of
C9 did a ton of prep for
breadcrumbs,
G2.
right? Follow
So
and then,
in
oh,
these
you got
smaller
Valorant at
events,
the very end of
in
that
these
better
smaller events when
than
there's
a
only
typical
8
Valorant
teams,
plan
they
do.
would have done all
Incredible.
their prep
You gotta
like
love that. I
pre-tournament.
remember that one.
It's a bit harder.
But,
It's a bit harder when
perhaps
it's like
for G2,
12
this
or
one could be
16.
good for them. The House of
But
Gozen,
you
they've
can
been
pretty much
saying.
do.
It's, a little bit
You could
fun.
pretty much have done at least
honestly,
the
like,
basics on
confidence
8, and
from
then
this team,
when
too.
the
In interviews
when the brackets got
backstage as
released, they
well,
would have
sort of
done
smiling,
more
like,
and more.
yeah, you know, we changed
But
things
yeah,
up on a
8
couple
teams
of
to
maps
anti isn't
already.
too
Map
bad,
one looking real
especially with
Fine,
how
I
much
want you to talk
heads
for
up
me
they got.
for a bit about X10. What's their way
30 teams, 30
they've
fresh
slayed
teams as well, David. That's the
Right,
best
so
thing
you
about
look,
the
they
Brazil
knocked down
tournament that's going to
Alter Ego
happen.
today.
It's
If
all
they were
going to be
able to
so
beat G2 and
fresh.
C9
There
later,
is
so you
no
have to go through a couple
data
of
to
tournament
back it off,
favorites,
so
but
That's
none
an
of the
outcome,
anti-strand
not a-
comes in
not a route.
That's
until
the
like
thing.
mid in the
Honestly,
tournament, and it's all
Okay,
just
I'm gonna
like
work on some action
it's
here.
all
They've got
just
5
how
seconds
the
left in
teams
the
look
timeout. I would
on
say
their own.
in this
Like
round
how is
here,
their instant
you're
reactional
almost-
stuff?
You almost need
Ah,
to
dude,
go
it's gonna
for
be
a
sick.
force buy, right?
It's
Otherwise,
actually gonna be
G2
so good.
get up to 12, but their actual money situation is terrible. I don't think they're going to go for this one at all. If anything, I would have said let's like lock in a couple of shorties here and try to see if we can get onto a site. Maybe like one sheriff, a couple of shorties, and then you play inside the Viper's pit. That could be a way for them. But I think with the way G2 have been fighting forward, I mean, look at that. Like the paint shells instantly with the slorb as well. The setup is
This is
there,
so
you
nice.
can't
Good
actually
util
quite
here,
get out,
slow on a
into the
nade.
main.
And
And I
then,
think the way that
again,
G2 is
just creates the
playing
question
around
mark
mid
here,
without a
so
killjoy has
they
been
have to use
really
more
excellent.
util
You
early.
constantly
You might have to see a
heads are holding
recon
down,
or even a
constantly
drone
hard
to
to
clear
read
this,
through
which just
space.
means that the
So
site
you've
hit
also had
is going to
different
be a lot
players
harder.
pivoting in and out. This time Mary's in position. Last time it was Giuliano. It is
They're
a
making
very
this
flexible
they're making this
defensive
comp
sided
look
setup,
pretty good.
which has meant
I
X10
like a lot
hasn't
of
had
what
a
I'm
single
seeing.
round where they've managed to find a gap and exploit a lurk, which generally they're pretty good at.
And I think actually one of the biggest benefits you get
Dude,
with
that was a
something
headshot.
like the Fade on
Holy
this
hell.
defensive side as opposed to a Sova is like the
Oh
double
my
cats
God.
as opposed
She
to
didn't
one.
even see
Yeah, I
Kenny.
mean, Mary's just absolutely
Dude, I saw her
dominating.
camera
Not
at the
gonna
end
do
there. It was
anything
hilarious.
Against that, X10 just hiding
Oh,
back
it's
towards their
crazy.
spawn against that operator. But I think having like multiple cats to re-clear mid as opposed to just
The
one
timing on that
precision
was
drone does
mad.
give you a lot of ways
Okay.
to counter out the
Again?
lack of having that
Not
second
another
side.
one, surely.
Oh, Alyssa finding a nice
Yeah,
shot
this
onto
is
Giuliano
the
there,
the
just
same comp that
stumping her
Liquid
way
used
through A
in
main.
Last Chance
That's a
qualifier.
rifle conceded something for X10 here.
I mean,
30
you asked me to
seconds
cope earlier. This would be
I
the
will say this
ultimate
has a bit
follow-through if
more,
they were able to make
like I'm
something
seeing way
happen
more,
with
and
this,
again,
but
that'll be because
I
of
think
time pressure and stuff that
really
Liquid would have
working
had,
against them. 20
but
seconds left,
this
so
has
I
way
think
more
they're
depth
Viper's
than when
pit.
Liquid
That is
used it.
insult
Like
to
all of the
injury.
stuff I'm
And
seeing
the
is really good
wall
from
again,
G2.
like Mimi is just so ready to lock this down in the last second.
Sure.
Ollie's able to find one, but you're never going to be able to plant this spike. Alyssa, it's only a 1 versus 2, but again, the clock is gone. You can't get the plant off. The round is lost.
Damn.
G2 move on to map point.
G2 is here. G2
This is
is
dominant.
home.
Dude, this
12
ult
to
spread
4
really
on their
far.
map choice. And for X10, this is looking dire. If there was a round to turn it around, maybe it was there, but now an unstoppable object there
The
against.
timing on that was nuts.
Last player standing. Spike down.
Liquid
G2,
Enigma is the
one more round
GOAT.
to
Yeah,
close
dude,
this
his
out.
stuff is
Move on
his stuff
over
is
to
so good.
Sunny Breeze.
There were a lot of good
That would be
announcement
X10
videos.
Map pick, but X10 still with options here, just gearing up 5 players towards B main. Would maybe like to see them work late mid
Okay,
work into
8
the
chances
equation.
to close this one out.
Interestingly
I
enough,
think
yeah,
it's absolutely
Ollie
fine.
did
We didn't do
end
that
up throwing
first game because it was such a
mid
stomp, but
orb down there, so they do have the
I
ability
don't know.
to
I
rotate.
have a little bit
Yeah,
more
so
faith
more
in
Morbid
X10,
back into mid
even
on
though
that
this
one.
has been
I don't know if I
crazy
accept that one.
one-sided, but
You don't
double
accept-
pistol.
deny?
There are certain things you can shorten that make sense. I don't know if I'm on board.
Double
for
pistols
a
made
little
it
more.
We've got the
easier.
Sage slow orb, the slorb.
Okay.
We've got the chamber operator, the chop. I don't see why we can't have a morb for the mid orb.
One of my
Counter's
favorites
gonna
are the
have
Sao
to decide.
Paulo then. I'll
Counts
do
will
like
have to
a...
decide, okay.
I'll send it up. the
I'll
chain
wait for some of the
there,
other
but
teams to be
for
announced,
now,
but I'll do
let's
like a
see if
tier thing.
X10
And like my
can
tier
send
S will just
something
be
more,
teams
maybe
that I
build
think
into a comeback
are gonna
here.
win.
That's a segue.
Yeah, I segue.
All right, wall comes down. That's fairly committal, and Mimi takes first contact on the Sage. Instantly gonna fall back, right? G2, you have numbers advantage. Maybe even go for like a late. Actually, Mimi doesn't have that wall, so can't actually do that one. Just looking to take another fight. No, she
Okay.
is confident. Would you look at that?
There's some shots going down.
Three
Holy
left
hell.
alive. Viper's pit is down, and the plant coming through. Baby
Just
TC.
insta-break
They'll
the
be able to
wall.
convert that one.
Okay,
So
this might be
3
it. Let's
versus
see. The
5.
ult's
G2
down at least, so the 3 on 5 is
Resurrection
doable.
for Mimi, but she's not looking to use it. She wants to fight into this pit.
And look, into this pit you have a Seeker, you have a Seize, you have Paint Shells, you have a Haunt. Like,
Yeah,
so
Petra
much
just has
utility
so
for
much
G2 to
util.
flush X10 out of it.
There's the first layer. Seize nade. Shorty for Baby TZ though. If these players get wounded by the pit, she could find so much value. 1 HP on glance, but Baby TZ is down. Just
Petra gets
They're
the
deafened.
Petra gets
They're
the
dead.
kill and then
Mimi
gets her
on
ult
third,
online as
and
well.
Ginny
Damn,
in
this
mid. She's
is
trapped, and this one might just
this
be
is
over.
impressive.
G2, 13-4.
That was
make a
really
statement
impressive.
in
Okay.
their opener on land.
We can see why
What
they
a
chose
start
Icebox.
for this team here.
Second
Another
map
day at the
should
office,
be a lot
locking
closer.
things up
Double
for
pistol,
G2,
and
giving
they
the
looked
fans
really,
a
really
little bit
good.
of a show here as well.
That was
Honestly,
pretty
like,
dominant.
in such a cool fashion, right? Switching things up completely.